Welcome back from spring break. You got a little extended spring break, right? Who was excited about that? Come on, that's it? All right, that's enough. Okay, so spring break was cool, right? We got a lot of stuff done around our house. I'm not sure what y'all did. But one thing that it did for me was kind of make me think about this next quarter of school, right? We're starting quarter 4. Right? Everybody paying attention? You good, Otto? Yep, you good? All right. So we're starting quarter 4, right? This is the final stretch of this year, okay? So for you juniors and seniors in particular, right, that means it's getting real, right? I know a lot of you are thinking about, like, what am I going to do? What's my plan moving forward? I know I never thought about that when I was in school. I had no plan. Y'all are very driven, more so than I was. But it got me just kind of think, like, what do we spend our time and focus on, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a plan. I'm not saying that at all. Because God's going to do what He wants to do in your life, regardless, as long as your heart is listening to Him. As long as you're connected with the Father, you're going to be doing exactly what He wants you to do. So the plans that we have, all these tests that we're taking, that you study for, that you're cramming for, it's all good. But I want to make sure that you are listening to what the Lord wants to, right? Because we can make the plans that we think we want, and we can focus so much on that we forget to invite the Lord in and see what He wants in our lives. And so just a little backstory. Josh, you have this one? No? Don't share it. Okay, so for me, growing up, I like I said, going through school was a popularity thing. It was a social thing for me. Couldn't have cared less about learning anything. Just full transparency. I'm not saying that's what y'all should be like, because it didn't work out so well for me. So I bounced around from school to school, so it became something that was like, oh, I need to go make friends, right? And so I didn't focus on the things that I should have focused on. And once I graduated, I didn't know what I was going to do in my life, right? So I really just did whatever I wanted, got in trouble, and ended up joining the military. Still didn't have a plan there. I just knew that they were going to pay me and they were going to teach me how to grow up and be responsible. Got out of the military, still didn't have a plan. Just kind of willy-nilly did what I wanted, learned a few things, and started putting that into action, and just started chasing a higher paycheck, right? Got fired from one of my best paying jobs I've had because of COVID. I didn't do anything wrong. But I got fired, lost that job, and it really made me stop and ask the Lord, like, Lord, is this, like, what is going on? Is this from you? What am I supposed to do in my life? And the Lord answered, right? I gave it all to Him. Let me back up. So before I got fired, I had an opportunity to do something through this company, and if I didn't, then I would lose my job. So I sought the Lord, and He told me I wasn't supposed to do what they wanted me to do. And it was the most terrifying thing I've ever done, right? Because I wasn't in control. It was the Lord who was guiding me for the first time in my life. And this was 6 or 7 years ago. Sorry. 6 years ago. We'll just go a solid 6 years ago, okay? This was 6 years ago. And it was the first time in my life that I had truly started following the Lord and listening to what He wanted for me. And I took a huge pay cut. I went to making half of what I was making before. And it was a big adjustment for us, but the Lord provided every step of the way. And He has never let us do without. Somebody asked me a couple years ago, maybe it was last year, she came up to me and she said, it's funny. She said, Mr. Sheppard, did you ever see your life going like this? Like, you cut grass for a living. do you enjoy that? And I was like, taken aback. But then I was like, you know what? Actually, I do. I'm very blessed. Like, I am very fortunate that I get to do what the Lord has for me, what the Lord has given to me. And that gives me opportunity to be here, gives me opportunity to be around my kids at home more, because before I wasn't able to do that. And it's all because my mouth is so dry right now. I know. My wife's looking at me like, ugh. Okay, let me get some spit. My life is so much better because I know that I'm doing what the Lord wants me to do. Because I stopped doing what I wanted to do and I listened. And I'm not saying that He won't meet you in the plans that you're making for your future and the stuff that you want to do and your desires, because He will. That's not going to help. Thank you, though. That's coffee. It'll make it more drier, much more drier. I know that's wrong, y'all. He will meet you in those plans, right? If that's what He wants you doing. But I don't want you to get so fixated on, like, this is what I have to do. I have to focus on this. This is all I'm supposed to do. And because then if that's not what the Lord has for you and it doesn't happen, then you're not going to be able to see what He does have for you. And it's going to be harder to follow His path for your life, right? So it's just a warning, an encouragement to really seek the Lord in the plans that you have and make sure that it's from Him. If it is, y'all, He's going to make it. He's going to be there every step of the way, and He's really going to I don't want to say make it easy, right? But there's going to be confirmations along the way. Okay. So as you're starting this next quarter, really press into the Lord, seek His heart, and see what He has for you. Okay. I love you guys. The worship team was actually supposed to go like a little over for me, but they didn't. Oh, okay. No, there we go. No,